Hello everyone, happy Friday before Easter. I'm reading on the Monster's Health. I was going to read on Bondi, and then I was just like, I've done so many readings on her, and I got that she was going to be out. I just didn't know if didn't expect him to fire her. I figured it would take a lot longer and it would be a legal situation going on. But yeah, I mean, I could read and see who's coming in after Todd Blanche. Is it Lee Zeldin? Is it Lena Haba? Possibly. I think what I'd rather do, I'm going to check in on the Monster's Health, but I think I'd rather check in a little bit if I have time later. It might not be till tomorrow, to see if Tulsi Gabbard's out. I think that might be more interesting. Pam Bondi has a playlist if you want to check it out in my video library. They all have playlists. Okay. The dude that's headed for a cerebral vascular stroke. The dude who is suffering under congestive heart failure and synapses in the brain not connecting, I mean, geez. Frontal temporal dementia. How's your health? April 4th through the 6th. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Right there. Oh, well, suffering under a grave illness. Having problems thinking clearly. I lost mentally in conspiracy theories. He could have an accident with a sharp object. He could have it's possible, like, remember Butler, Pennsylvania? Could do another one of those. But I don't know. I kind of feel it's more the main thing with health with this card is pulmonary problems, neurological disorders. At the worst, it's a seizure. At the least, his mind's going blank all the time. So, but, nerves, right? This is the sun in Gemini. The world reversed. Okay, so ruled by Saturn, reversed. It has to do with everything just... He's not going to take any self-responsibility for his health. And that's why he has a grave illness or many grave illnesses, I think. I mean, the temperance reverse can actually, hold on, excuse me. It can be really challenging when it comes to a bunch, because it's the endocrine system, basically. So when it's out of whack, the whole body's gone too far. So it might just be that he's exhausted and he falls down some stairs, has an upper body injury. When I was reading with Gloria yesterday, she got that she thinks he's, I don't know if she said it to me backstage before we started or if it was while we were live, but she said she thinks he's falling down all the time and we just don't see it. So, but anyway, sometimes this card is a nervous breakdown. Sometimes it's falling from a high place. So there you go. Sometimes it's a blood transfusion. And I think that he's been getting things like that. Sometimes it's an overdose or a drug interaction. Two drugs not working correctly together or causing side effects that cancel each other out. Because, when it's your time to go, nothing's going to stop that. Try as you might. Hey, do you guys think he might try to appeal his own death? He's always appealing everything, right? If he doesn't get what he wants, he just appeals it till it goes all the way up to the Supreme Court, and then they finally say no. But, anywho, With the on the level of health, because that's all I'm reading here, when it comes to the lovers reversed, it's another card that's rolled by Gemini. So this is all of his bad choices, and because Gemini rules the lungs, eyes, arms, hands, ears, eye-hand coordination, all of that. Yeah, that's not good when it's reversed. So again, respiratory problems, lungs, eyes, hands, eye-hand coordination, and just with all that, all that heat around the head. I mean, that kind of makes me think that he really could fall down. There could be some falling down. He's definitely paranoid about falling down. He's definitely on edge with the 9 of Wands. This one's upright. It doesn't, sometimes with health, it's usually, they'll feel better soon, even when it's reversed. But when it's reversed, it's often being so defensive that you alienate others that could help, So, but I think he's just kind of hanging in there. But yeah, it's not, I don't know. 10 of Wands reversed. Yeah, that's not holding it together, is it? This is high blood pressure, blood sugar issues, liver issues, gout. 6 of Swords reversed. Can he drop some baggage? And that's probably not too likely. Let me bring that up a little. There we go. 5 of Swords. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Let me go ahead and just get these cards all laid out because I need to do some uniting to get the rest of the answers. Ruh-roh. Oh. And there we go there. Let's see what's at the bottom of that deck. Oh, yeah. Drugs, drugs, more drugs. Gotta feel better, gotta check out. I'm a star. Apparently when you're a star, they let you get away with it. You can grab them you can do whatever you want when you're a star. Apparently that's what they tell me. Fucking prick. Son of a bitch. Okay, I'll stop. So, his grave illness, possibly blood transfusions, but knighting up to the Page of Swords reversed, well, again, Gemini, this has to do with people who are lying and gossiping about him, but he's, this is our all talk and no action card, and ankles, circulatory system. This is another card for falling down. Okay, so we have 2 cards for falling down and they're connected to each other. The 7 of Swords over here, reversed, could be a virus, could be some, if I venture out of the health realm, we're into his own self-sabotage being revealed. We're into the realm of whistleblowers, and we're in the realm of war devices, like an arms race. So I would think drones, right? Yeah. The drones his sons are invested in. Well, he is as well, but they're letting him do it. We've got genetic issues down here, this other corner. Major conflicts of interest up here. The grifter in chief down here that's really easy to bribe, who's also overweight and overindulges in whatever he wants, whenever he wants it, just about. And I think he's probably having trouble swallowing effectively, and I know he's having trouble breathing. He doesn't seem to be able to breathe through his nose anymore. So he's probably having to use a CPAP machine or something like that. But, they can only give him so many blood transfusions. And down here, so, the grave illness card right in the center, that I think there was a period of time where I got about 27 times within a month, like almost every day. Knighting over here to the death card, but it's reversed. So there's a lot of things with this card. It's basically everything below the belt. So the whole mushroom field is possibly under attack of cancer. Like, we're talking bladder, colon, prostate, everything else that I don't want to think about. Especially that part that looks just like his mouth, right? And he's not able to move on. This is a card that has to do with resistance to change, but you're also not able to move on because of his control issues, right? He doesn't have any surrender to the universe, and he doesn't open his heart to work through any issues. Instead, he's just stuck, right? He's just literally stuck. So, it's basically his body is in survival. Literally. That sums it up. But for this weekend, I think I can just make this a whole lot shorter by saying, yes, he has hidden addictions. I do believe he drinks. He probably forgets he doesn't drink anymore or didn't drink or whatever. He's got dementia, okay? And the man is a pathological liar. He doesn't even speak one sentence without, unless he's so drugged up. Remember that one time he was, oh my God, there's video of him. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it in the post section. But he was, and the one that I'll find, and yell at me if I forget, okay? And just post it in there. Say, hey, you forgot to do it. It's a gal that is a doctor of the brain and that works with people who have had concussions, and she knows all about the dementia side of what it does to the frontal, the two frontal lobes of the brain, two hemispheres, and or the hemisphere and the two brains, two sides basically, corpus callosum and all that stuff, right? So the deal is, he was so drugged out one day while he was wanting to reveal that some guy, oh God, I can't remember the guy's name, but anywho, because nobody that anybody's ever heard of, but he had noticed from his doctor that he was, had a terrible heart issue and he wasn't going to make it. He had until like June or something. But Trump couldn't remember the guy's name, so he's turning to Mike Johnson, and it hasn't been announced. It wasn't public knowledge at all. But Trump had to get approval. This is what a psychopath does. They don't have their own sense of self within. And with his dementia, his filter is gone. So he turns to other people for acknowledgement, like, how am I doing, kind of thing. But he can't remember what he started. And then so with Mike Johnson, he's like, what did you say, Mike? What, and then Mike's like, oh, we're going there? We're not, it hasn't been announced. Oh. And then he obliges and starts talking. But anyway, I'll find the video and link it. And that is what I'm talking about here. This kind of stuff. He's a star, he can do whatever he wants, but he's on drugs all the time, and he forgets that what he's saying goes out there and it connects, right? And, oh yeah, if you guys, in case you're new to my channel, or if you're even new to like tarot on YouTube, YouTube makes us cover up genitals, like the boobulage has to be covered. So I had to draw bathing suits on like 5 of the major arcana. The devil card's quite lovely, huh? No, not. It's like the artwork is there to show vulnerability, right? Nude means vulnerable, showing yourself, kind of a thing. So, okay, boy, did I veer out of. I did a Trump weave. Now let's see if I can come back. What I'm drawn to is this angle here. The Five of Swords reversed is compromising and trying to move on. Sometimes it's attending a funeral. Of course, he'll try to get out of his own funeral, but it's not going to happen, right? But I see this as being a little more reclusive this weekend. And I don't know, like, sometimes he goes out and he does a little thing and then he's just off on his own. And then also, if he stays, I don't know if he's staying at the White House, but wherever he stays, I'm sure it's, the same. There are signs that'll say this way to whatever, because he's forgetting how to navigate around. They have him in the White House West Wing this way, with some very gold, official letterhead, I guess, on the signs. So anyway, diverticulitis here, very painful, stuck, won't take responsibility for what he puts in his gob hole. Genetic illness, which is Alzheimer's, easy to bribe, of course, and a lot of stress on his skeletal system. This is also a card, if I were to veer out of health, it would be, like a management kind of shake-up combined with these other cards here. But basically, he's just not going in the right direction. So whatever he's doing this weekend, he's trying to figure out who he's going to blow up, and within the justice system, within the DOJ, I'm sure that's all there. But when it comes to health, this, with the Tower, Uranus, Mars rules this card. Or head doesn't work anymore. This is blowing the head gasket card. The Justice card reversed is ruled by Libra, so blood sugar issues. But again, lies. Oh yeah, kidneys too. I always forget that lower back, kidneys, Libra, the scales. So I don't know if he's having kidney problems too, but I have gotten this card a lot. Not near as many as the, the Temperance reversed. So, but anyway, the connection down here has to do with I think he really is leery of falling, and he's beat up and exhausted. And I think he will be as reclusive as he possibly can. And then, of course, up here, maybe he does have a little virus going on. He's out all the time, and with so many people, I can imagine he is really, especially the condition he's in. He very well, has a compromised immune system. The Six of Swords reversed. Now, this could just be needing to get some kind of alternative medicine that isn't so harsh on the system, but I don't think he does anything like that. So I'm just going to have to read this as he's also maybe he's just like physically canceling a trip because for some reason or another, he's not up to it because he's not feeling good because he's stuck, right? And then with it, King of Swords reversed, this is our Mars and Aquarius card, and there's another card that rules the arms and the shoulders and the nervous system, and it's also a card when it's reversed that has to do with violence and accidents. So, there you go. Okay, I think I'm done. The only other thing we could do, you know what? No, I'm not done. We could do some mirroring here. Well, I did already with this row down here. I did cover it by everything I said, and up here as well, because we got the four corners. I didn't get this guy here, the King of Wands reversed. So that's our Sun in Aries. This is a stroke card. This rules the head, and it's one of those like, where's my hair, Oh, and Aline, I know Aline keeps wanting me to bring out the troll, and then I got pissed off and threw it down under the desk, and I'm not crawling down there right now. So that's where it is. Anyway, sometimes I just can't stand looking at it. So yeah, where's my hair? That stresses him out too, because he's got so much false pride. He's just such an idiot, man. I swear. You want to look like a badass, just fucking shave your head. He's got that glaring photo that he always uses from when he got booked at, the Georgia, the jail. I can't remember the name of the jail. But anyway, just shave your head. Why don't you just shave your head? And, I don't know, have some surgery on your neck so you don't have the vulva face. Okay, I'm going to stop. Take good care. Have a good weekend. Bye.